Hey Denise, so welcome to the episode 6 of the Realtors for the DAOR. I'm here with Denise Garcia, right? Did I say it right? Garcia?
Yeah.
Or is it Garcia? It's not Denise Perez yet, right?
No,
So
no.
hey Denise, so been interviewing here. So I'm gonna just go and ask you three questions. First of all, thank you so much for taking the time to talk to us today. And so I'm gonna go ahead and jump right in and why don't you go ahead and introduce yourself?
Well, thank you so much, Joe. Denise Garcia with Nueva Real Estate. It's my honor, my pleasure to be here today with you guys. And let's do this.
Okay. Do you want to tell us a little bit about how long you've been on the business and all that before we jump in?
Yeah, for sure. I've been in the business. I've recently, third year, October 23rd was my third year license and the industry. So,
Okay, cool. So I'm gonna go and jump in. I'm gonna ask you three questions, and then we're gonna go jump too personal just to get to know a little bit about you. So, I know you mentioned you've been in the business 3 years. Congratulations on that. But
thank
most I think impressively that's been I think about you and your career is the fact that uh, 2020 was actually your best year ever in the business, with only being 3 short years in it. And I commend you for that. And while a lot of people in our industry struggled, you actually skyrocketed, and it was your best year with all the adversities that we faced as realtors in this industry, not just the realtors, but everyone that in the real estate business. But you had a phenomenal year. I really want you to describe and tell us what you did, because that was a year that it was tough with open houses being eliminated, with a lot of not being able to door knock. So things were taken away from us that where we had to adjust. But here you came and you made the best of it, and actually not the best of it, you made the better of it. So can you elaborate a little bit on that?
Yeah, so my first thought was everybody was panic mode, everybody was in fear. And I knew that I had to check myself, right? And make sure that I was secure about myself so that I can um, transfer that to my clients. People had uncertainty, they didn't know what was going to happen. So I had to be that source for them, was number one. And just know that during that time, we had to take advantage of the low rates at that moment, right? And how
Exactly.
we were able to do that was just do everything, precautiously, like making sure that everyone was safe at the same time. People were refinancing, so a lot of people had cash in their hand. My goal was to basically find those who were ready to purchase and just implement that, that security for them during that uncertainty time.
So what, I mean, can you go a little bit about how did you get your business? What adjustments did you need to make to get that business to, one thing is working with the clients, but what did you do to really go after the clients, knowing that some resources were cut out? Can you go into a little bit more detail with that?
Well, I knew that, how they say you need a listing, right? When you're a listing agent, you have more control of the market. So I knew that I needed to go and find a listing and execute that. And how I did that was, I did a lot of promoting, internet. It was hard during that time because we couldn't really door knock. But a lot of times, I just kind of had the exposure. So I had like a big tent, letting everybody know that we had private showings, so that if they were interested in purchasing, we would set an appointment later on down the line, right? Just showing that we're still working in this environment of certainty. People were just like, you're crazy. Like, why are you guys selling homes at the moment that people are dying through this virus? And just exposure. I leverage my internet and my Instagram
Yeah.
very much. Yes.
So question number two, which is a piggybacking off question one. 2021 is here. We're still facing adversities, that we're still limited as far as what we could do to get the business. And so what adjustments are you going to make, knowing that, this, we're still going to be on restrict mode? What adjustments are you going to make for 2021 to carry the momentum? Because I think that that's what everyone focuses on coming to the new year. What are you going to do to keep the momentum going, and what adjustments are you? I'm assuming that you already know what adjustments you're going to have to make throughout the year to make 2021 a better year. What adjustments are you looking to make?
Well, this year I definitely hired a coach to keep me accountable, to make sure that, you know, I'm staying consistent, because consistency is key, right? The number one thing that I'm doing right now is basically personal text messages, calling my past clients, calling my friends, because nowadays a lot of people are not even checking in on people, you know,
Yeah.
and and from that, you know, they ask me questions, knowing that I'm in the industry of real estate. I'm also leveraging videos. People love entertainment. Like, they love to be entertained. So just to be that realtor that's entertaining them, but not being boring, not, hey, this is another listing. Hey, this is another, being that open house for them, right? So making sure that I'm consistently productive, and every house that I'm attending, making sure that I'm doing a video, giving them different ideas. Right now, people are in their home right now and realizing that they don't have enough space, but you being their open house by showing them different houses, even like setting appointments to these new constructions, right? Where now they're getting ideas. There, people are messaging me, hey, Denise, I love that backyard. So interacting with them, like, hey, asking them questions like, why wouldn't you buy? Why wouldn't you buy? Why wouldn't you take advantage of selling your property, transferring that equity? A lot of people don't even know that, you know, the payment probably won't even go higher, right? They don't even know the equity that they have right now. But that's giving me the opportunity to open that conversation, to see that opportunity that they can do that right now in today's market. A lot of clients feel like, oh my God, the prices of the homes are so high. Why would I sell and buy something that was higher than what I purchased? Well, when you show them the numbers, it all makes sense to them. So just being that source and that have that knowledge for them, it just helps a lot.
So going into the third one, yeah, I think, and this is where I give a lot of women in our industry a lot of credit, especially for when being a single parent, um, and with everything that we've gone through this past year. How have you been able to maintain being a single mom? Because it's not easy, and it's definitely not easy, and I think it's another job in itself. And again, being a single mom in this business, I think I give you guys so much, you know, a lot of credit. How have you been able to maintain that and the balance? Because really, a lot of times I think that's what I think it's a single parent will try to find balance in between. And it's like, if you don't work, you don't provide, but you have to be there as well, because you can't neglect your child anyway. So how have you been able to be a single parent in this and do as well as you're doing?
Um, you know, what I'm learning is, and I try not to get emotional, but what I'm learning is there's no balance. And to this day, I'm still trying to find that balance, because I would love to be in the office earlier than than I can right now, especially with being on the internet, social distance learning. Last semester, you know, was difficult because he wasn't getting the good grades. You know, he was getting D's and fails, and that was the first time, you know. And for me, it's like I felt like I was failing as a mother, because I'm trying to focus with work and at the same time trying to help him. And so now it's been amazing. You know, he's on it. He has A's and B's right now. He's excited. So now it's like we're adjusting to it together, right? In the very, you know, in the very beginning, it was harder because he was smaller, and during the time we had open houses, I would have to take him. So I would. Can you hear me? Sorry
Yeah,
about
yeah,
that.
it's something. Yeah, yeah.
I would have to prepare snacks together. I would take tablet, and of course that only lasts so long. But I'm also blessed that, you know, I had friends that would sometimes pick him up during open house, because he just didn't want to be there anymore. So it was a juggle, right? But what really helped me being a single parent is having that conversation with my child. Hey, mommy's gonna go to work, but including him with the vision, right? This is why I'm going to work this long, because the more families that I get to help, then we get to do the more things that we want, right?
Exactly.
Like I get to buy you a bigger home. Last year I was blessed to take my family to Orlando, Florida, right? We had a great time. You know, it was my son Jose and his daughter, and we had a great experience together as a family, and just showing them that we're able to do those things and through the hard work and the labor that we've been doing, that we get to provide that.
And I commend you on that. And I think you and I had talked about that before, that, you know, we work so much, and what we have to do is get our family involved. Let them also, you know, get some of the rewards and stuff. Cause I think that's what it is that they see us work and rightfully so, they have to ask, hey, you know, at least to themselves, what's in it for me? I'm sacrificing I'm sacrificing not having you at home. I'm sacrificing you not having around. What is it? You know, so, and I think you're doing great by getting them involved and say, hey, you know what? I know I'm not around all the time. I'm a single parent, you know, but this is why I do what I do. I do it for you, and this is what I want to be able to provide. So I think that's you know, and as I said, it's a single women in our industry. I commend you guys so much, and I think sometimes you guys are not appreciated enough for what you guys do. So so just two quick personals before we end it here. What's your biggest fear? I mean, I think we all, you know, we all have something that we fear. We try to, you know, have a chip on our shoulder and like we're, you know, this power God, but we're not, right? We just, you know, we have to put that face on sometimes, but of course we're only human. What's your biggest fear, Denise? But break it and be honest here, right? I mean, you know, so you know.
Yeah, no, my biggest fear, because I want to get there already, and I know during this process of real estate, it takes time, right? And I want to get there already, is not being able to show, like, take care of my parents, to be in that position where now I get to take care of them and show them the opportunities that I got to see being in the industry of real estate, and being able to show them, you know, I'm starting to travel now that my son is older, and seeing different places that I never knew, I never experienced, and telling them like, hey, I'm going to bring you guys this year, you know, and
Yeah.
that's my goal, to share that. And my biggest fear is basically not being able to get there faster before time ends.
So and number two, the last one. It kind of makes them with kind of, it's kind of makes them with business, but then not. So we know that you and you know, you and Jose Perez, which, you know, a lot of people know who he is. Um, also a great friend of mine. What is, and I mean, we've got to know each other. You guys been over my house, you know, a couple of times and stuff. So I know you guys on a personal note, and I commend you guys for being you know, boyfriend and girlfriend, you know, couple here. But how is it, how are you able to maintain your personal life with him and your business life? Because I'm assuming that sometimes you want to choke him, he wants to choke you, and you know, and so you know, never. So I mean, how do you guys do it to be able to you know, to do him? He's also your broker, right? So he's not just your papi, but he's also your boss, right? So how do you guys do that to be able to maintain, and you know, to maintain a good personal, you know, to put the business aside sometimes and stuff? And because I'm assuming at the table it's probably hard to not talk about business sometimes.
Yeah, it definitely is. I mean, of course, we've had hard challenges not to. We try to save it for later. Like
No, you guys don't have challenges, right? Yeah.
no, but you know, aside of that, it is that I think the difficult part is basically where we see each other all day, but we really don't communicate because we're always busy. Like, he's on appointments, I'm on appointments. He's with the agents, so I think that is the hardest part, because a lot of times, and I understand it, you know, but a lot of times I have to share my time with him, and there's times where, you know, we get home at 10 o'clock, or he gets home at 12 because he's finishing business from, you know, the whatever he had to do, because during the day he was helping agents. But other than that, I mean, I love it. Like, even though, yeah, sometimes I want to give him a big hug sometimes, but
A big hug,
a
a big
big
hug.
hug.
Yeah,
I there's no better feelings to just be by your partner's side and help them, or help each other grow in the
yeah.
business. You know, I think that for me, like, however I can help him in the business and we work together as a team, like, I think that's my favorite part with working with him. So of course it is hard, because it's a different treatment, because it's like, hey, talk to me like a broker, you know, we joke around, you know, if we weren't together, how would you talk to me, or like, how would you be patient with me? But but other than that, I mean, I love it. Like I love to just see his growth and just be there together to just grow together in this business. So it's been a pleasure opening up Nueva. It's just great energy, and I can't complain. I mean, nothing's perfect, right?
No, congratulations, you guys. You guys are doing. I talked to him the other day, and I talked to you actually the other day too, and I know you guys are doing great. So, congratulations on that. So, we're gonna go and end it. Why don't you let us know? I don't even know who you're interviewing for the next next episode. So,
Yes, so I will be interviewing Joshua Glass from Your Realty.
okay, perfect.
That's
So, all right. So, thank you so much, Denise. I will see you guys around. Tell Jose I said hello, and I'll see you guys around and stuff. So, take care. Most importantly, please be safe. You know, we're not out of this yet. So, God bless you guys and stuff. And Denise, thank you so much for sharing. And I know you got a little bit emotional and stuff. I was about to cry along with you and stuff, but I can't. So,
you
take care.
can't show that weakness.
I can't. All right.